Alright, boys, we've got some damage buffs, man. Look at this. 2 million normal right there, dude. Diabolist hero talents buffed up. Let's see how they feel in the shuffles, man. Alright, man, so if you didn't hear about the destro changes, some retroactive commentary time as we go over this first solo shuffles game here. Destro got like anywhere between 25% and 800% damage buffs to many of their skills. It was like a huge range of buffs that went on with Destro's damage, and I think that this game is going to showcase it pretty well. I've got my portal up on the high ground here because we're up against one warrior, so I'm thinking, you know what, I can drop down. If he chases me, I can do a little bit of this, just get some portal shenanigans going using the high ground basically, and so now next time I use my demonic circle, I should be able to free cast just a little bit. And yeah, even though we of course have Immolate with a cast time, if you're running Diabolist hero talents, right, you don't get Wither, so you've still got to cast your Immolate. It's kind of fine, you know, it's kind of fine. It's one single 1 second cast time spell that you've got to get off. And I think it's an okay price to pay. It remains to be seen whether, of course, Diabolist or Hellcaller talents for Destro are going to be better in things like Arena versus Rated Battlegrounds and stuff, and if there's any disparity there, it's going to be interesting to see. But as you can see here, I get a little bit of free uptime to sort of just cast on this warrior. We get out the Case Bolt, Infernal comes down, and dude, we are just going to pump into this warrior. Okay, not right now, but in just a minute, I swear, okay? It's coming, right? Now, getting a little bit of uptime is, of course, going to be really hard to come by against double melees, but you do what you can. At the end of the day, it's going to be another expansion, just like Dragonflight, in terms of you're basically a tank in things like Rated Arena as Destro, so you're just going to have to deal with that. But okay, dude, here we go, man. So we've got a couple of quick cast Chaos Bolts here. We've also got the Soulfire proc that you can see just down here at the bottom right of my action bar. So we've got a quick cast Soulfire, and I'm about to summon the Pit Lord, which is going to unlock access to the Ruination spell, which replaces Chaos Bolt for 1 cast. And Ruination hits like a truck, man. So we're just going to smack the hell out of this warrior, man. That's it. He also gets the pain suppression just here as well. If he didn't get the pain sup, he was probably dead. And just the sheer amount of damage we dump out, we're able to maintain pressure even through the pain suppression, which is great. I kicked the priest on his goddamn penance. Priest was absolutely raging in these solo shuffles, by the way. Not enjoying his evening at all, but yeah, it's all good. Alright, man, into the next one, going into round 3 on this Lordaeron matchup. And this is going to be a good example of a game going up against a standard kind of caster melee style comp. I think I do a really good job of kiting in this one, and then getting off some ridiculous damage that might surprise you, to be honest, against the Ellie Shammy. Alright, man, so we're going to go ahead, teleport the crap out of this monk off of us, get him off of our back. He's going to pop all the CDs, we're going to portal away, then we're going to gateway away, and all I'm trying to do here is just use every single mobility tool that I have in my arsenal to try and outlive his cooldowns before I'm eventually forced to pop my Hellstone and my Dark Pact, right? The longer I can hold on to those, the better. Sometimes it's not possible to hold it for this long. I've actually held it for quite a long here, which is, I guess, fine. Maybe I should have just used it by now anyway instead of my Druid popping all of his crap, but I'm finally out of answers here, and I'm going to have to heal and shield up, which is fine. I mean, again, Warlocks, solo shuffles, just like in Dragonflight, okay? You're a tank, okay? You're not a damage dealer, you are a tank when it comes to rated PvP. That's your job. We land some decent retaliatory damage here against the monk, I guess, chipping in a little bit with our instant Soulfire and stuff. But we're really just looking for a little bit of breathing room at this stage, which is difficult to come by. There's going to be some games where you get exactly 0 breathing room, and timing what little damage you can get off, and timing that just right is going to be even more integral. But yeah, so I do go ahead and drop the Infernal now, land the Shadow Fury Stone. We still have a little bit of decent control that we can throw out, and just about now is where I finally get a little bit of breathing room. So I'm just throwing out some instant damage. I'm going to portal on back, and dude, here it comes, man. So the Ruination cast comes out here. We just smack the hell out of the monk, and he actually ends up retreating. That was like a 1.9 million normal. Then, bro, check this out, man. So what's so good, by the way, about the Diabolist hero talents now is that the Diabolic Ritual procs that you get are no longer a 20-second duration. They're only 14 seconds. And whenever they expire, you get to summon one of your demons with a Soul Shard consuming spell, right? And so it only being a 14-second duration now means you get them off way more. Look at this shaman, dude. And look at the goddamn little Felguard that I summon here, man. There he goes. Bonk. Dude, look at that, man. I'm going to play that back again, man. So this little crappy Felguard is the guy who had his damage buffed, I believe, by like 800%, because he was not doing anything. He was hitting like 180k damage. Like, it was pathetic. You know, it was ridiculous, man. Like, that's how a Diabolic Ritual proc, a Felguard runs up with like one of those inflatable hammers, and boom! You're like, what the hell are we doing here, man? Now, not so much. That was a 1.5 million non-crit against this Chamois, dude. Check this out, man. He runs in, just cleaves him in twain, and actually secures as the round win. So once you're able to free cast just a little bit as this Diabolist build, you kind of pop off. Now, again, I'm still not exactly convinced that it's going to be the go-to spec to play instead of Hellcaller in things like Solo Shuffles and Arena, but in rated Battlegrounds, the Diabolist build might actually be better, right? Because you're just more likely to get some free cast potential and being able to stand at the back of a bunch of, 3 or 4 teammates and actually get some casts off. It could be pretty saucy. And alright, next game up, we are up against... Well, it's good the goddamn monk again, I guess, and the early shaman. Okay, man. So he gets stunned up straight away. We're just going to try and pull him back a little bit. He runs for his life away from the Shadow Rift. This is a bit of a long game. It's a bit of a crazy game, to be honest. I feel like we should have got the kill way sooner, but sort of is what it is. We get the coils out early. Dude, I missed the Infernal Stun, and then hit like nothing with the Shadow Fury as well. Oh, God. I mean, that's just embarrassing, frankly, but once again, we're going to go ahead and use all of our kiting tools here. And yeah, feels pretty good about that. I think that I just go ahead and pop my defensives here a little bit sooner than usual. Yeah, there's the goddamn Healthstone, there's the Dark Pact. Just to kind of shore things up. I'm not quite able to kite out for as long as we were in the first game. That's fine. Ruination comes down, we land a huge amount of damage, and dude, honestly, summoning the Pit Lord is just great. Feels really good indeed. But I mostly want to draw attention again to the Felguard summon that's coming out. I've actually got him ready to summon again on the next cast. You can see the ritual is done, and I've actually got the buff now ready, so as soon as I spend a soul shard on like Shadowburn or something, it's going to go ahead and summon the Felguard. And so there he is. Soulfire's come out, Felguard runs in, and boom! That was like nearly 1.6 million on a normal, bro. That guy hits real hard now, which is great, you know? I mean, I know that people have like 8-9 million health or something, so like a 1.6 mil. It's not like earth-shattering or anything, but it's pretty good, you know? And it's pretty much unavoidable damage as well for your opponent to deal with. And you know what? If it crits, it would actually hit like an absolute truck, which is also great. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I just really want Diabolist to work, okay? The whole, like, instant cast immolate thing, like, I've enjoyed it in the past. Wither, though, and the way that Wither functions, and, like, building Wither stacks and blah, 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 like, empowering your Wither and stuff. Just feels like you're playing, like, a Destro Affy hybrid or something. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. So, once again, we absolutely smacked the taste out of the Shaman's mouth here. I might as well just skip back for that, because honestly, I just want to see it again myself. Yeah. Just many case bolts in quick succession. Feeling pretty good. All kinds of demons getting summoned. The Felguard comes out again. Hits him for nearly 700,000 through his astral shield wall, whatever the hell it's called. And now we just get some pretty immense pressure on the Shaman forever. But dude, he just refuses to die. He also refuses to back. I guess he should have just started running away just now. He probably would have been fine, but as you can see, we're just pumping damage into this dude. That's all there really is to it. I should really have the Druid on interrupt just here. Like, if I don't get the kick on the Druid here, to be fair, I was out of range for this, so I couldn't have interrupted that, having to portal away and all. But right now, like, why am I not just fearing him, dude? He's right there! Oh, God. Okay. Well, I'm rusty, you know, it's fine. We're still getting back into the floor here. So I guess that's okay. So we're going to spam all kinds of damage into this nerd once again. I'm going to rift this guy off of me. I'm wondering at this point, man, do I just, like, switch back to the bloody monk? Like, it kind of feels like this guy just isn't going to die, man. Ruination comes down. That's another, like, 1.3 mil normal. And all in all, you know what? I think the damage is pretty okay. Soulfire actually doesn't hit for that much, which still feels a little bit odd. Like, I just hit the guy for 400k there with the Soulfire. Yeah, it was through Ironbark, but even still, like, 400k feels a bit lackluster. It feels like Soulfire could have its damage bumped up once again. And I don't feel like I'm asking for too much. For just 1 or 2 more tweaks to Destro's damage. We still tend to finish around, I don't know, third on damage, I suppose, in most solo shuffles that I've been trying out. And alright, next game up against Shadow Priest and Death Knight. Kind of terrifying. I don't know, Preservation Evokers seem to just not let people die, and I way prefer to have the Preservation Evoker on my team healing than a Priest. I know Priest healers don't believe in him as a Warlock. Yeah, negative synergy and all that, but okay, man. I don't know. I guess I just want to chat in this last game more about people's overall attitude towards solo shuffles and stuff. Because you might be thinking, looking at this, wow, this looks like chaos. There's way too much screen clutter. It looks stressful as hell. And you're right, okay? It is. It feels like work, okay? It's a challenge. It's a challenge. This is not the I would not want to engage in solo shuffles after a long day at work, right? After a long day, I just want to chill out. You know, I've been, you know, maybe my introvert self has been fully depleted at like a family gathering or something. I've come home, I've got some work done, and finally I'm going to settle down for the night, you know, had a shower, whatever. Let's play a bit of WoW. I'm not playing solo shuffles, let me tell you something, man. And this is part of the reason that I'm pretty excited for the War Within, because the solo curated battlegrounds are going to be an option instead. It remains to be seen how try-hard and sweaty those might end up being, and hopefully they lean away from that direction a little bit and people just have enough sense to keep it casual enough such that, I don't know, people can actually have fun in a video game. You know, it's just a crazy idea, right? Not everything has to be ultra min-maxed in WoW, you know, and I hope that people don't get too sweatlord over the solo curated backgrounds. I don't think they will, to be honest, because I feel like in solo shuffle, people actually don't get too sweatlord either. I feel like solo shuffle's already been like a good experiment for the solo curated battlegrounds. You get people who get mad as hell in solo shuffle, they rage like crazy, you know, but I feel like for the most part, I feel like most people kind of understand that, look man, you're playing solo shuffle because there's no one else online to play with right now, and you just want to play with some folks who you're never going to see again. That's it really, and you just kind of want to chill out a little bit. And I feel like most people have that attitude. Of course, you get the rages every now and again. This was a really tough game, by the way. This DK is sticking on me like glue, as you can see, for the entire game. I'm doing my best to line of sight the priest here, at the same time as staying in line of sight of my own healer where I can. So I'm just dipping back and forth behind the pillars. Get some chance to free cast, man. And again, Ruination, just absolutely slapping. Feels pretty darn good, but yeah. This one's just a really rough matchup, dude. Quick cast Soulfire, feeling pretty tight as well. I think I need to do a better job in this match of just getting fees on actually the Shadow Priest and just controlling the Shadow Priest a bit, and maybe some Curse of Weaknesses even with Amplify on the Shadow Priest to deny him from getting crits, kick his interrupts, all that kind of thing. Would have been much better. I end up holding my interrupts for way too long and just never getting kicks on the healer, so yeah, I'm just not playing this one that great. I think I do a pretty okay job for the most part of line of sight and whatever before I just finally commit at the end here where I thought we were going to get the win, to be honest. But yeah. Preservation Evoker is able to recover his squad, and we take the L in the end. I guess that my risk just didn't pay off. But then you know what? It's my turn to have fun with the melee on my team, dude. So we just get to send in the Unholy DK, and I actually get to do a little bit of free casting in this game. How about that, man? It's almost like the game would be 10 times better if there were just no melees. Isn't that the most Warlock quote of the year you've ever heard, man? Oi, 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 oi. Anyways, yeah, you win some, you lose some. This round, it's just going to feel a lot better. Ooh, look at all this free casting that we get done, man. Look at it. That feels really good, by the way, the whole Chaos Bolt into Quick Cast Soulfire combo. You know, just to barrage out a whole bunch of damage like that, especially when there's a Havoc up, it feels great. Quick bit of feedback, actually, Blizzard, which I don't know why I'm speaking as if they're watching this video. They're not, but yeah, does the Pit Lord that we summon have to be so massive? Bonk. Where am I, dude? Pit Lord is just blocking everything. I appreciate that when I summon him, I get to cast Ruination, and that feels really good. But I'd like to be able to see what I'm doing, man. Anyway, I throw the Ruination out. It hits for like a little bit of damage. The guy had a lot of mitigation popped, so it's fine. But yeah, I don't know, man. Does the Pit Lord need to be that massive? Especially in like a rated setting. Can we just have it like appear like just a little imp Pit Lord appear and he still does the same damage and stuff, but he's just way smaller? I don't know. I think that would be appreciated. There's way too much screen clutter. Is a big bit of feedback I think everybody can agree on, you know? Unless you're just crazy as hell, I feel like there's way too much screen clutter, but anyways, yeah, it feels much better, as you can see, when you can just kind of stand back and free cast, to an extent, of course, and you're not being constantly pressured by melees. I'm a big believer as well in solo shuffles of just, if you can't hit somebody in their line of sighting like the Shaman, just start hitting whatever the hell you can see. I think I overchased the Shaman here just a little bit too much. Yeah, I just shouldn't have chased him. I just should have started hitting the priest. It would have been totally fine, but we still get decent damage off against him. But I put my healer in a bit of an awkward position here, where he has to come around to my side of the pillar, which isn't exactly ideal, you know. But that's going to happen from time to time. Anyway, my DK runs in like an absolute madman. I see a good opportunity to drop the Owl's Shadow Fury, which always feels good. And right here is why I start thinking, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to hit whatever the hell I can see. Which is what I should have been doing for a while now, so without all kinds of damage against this absolute geek, this nerd, this freak, this abomination. And, yeah, until he starts hiding as well. So the pressure we have is just ridiculous. I mean, this is the benefit of having, you know, either a warrior or a DK on the team kind of leading the line. Ruination comes down, 1.1 million normal hit there against the Chamois, even through his Astral Shield Wall, so that's grand, and now it's just a little bit of a cat and mouse game, man. So, there you go. Now, all of that said, I really wish I could be testing out some solo queue rated battlegrounds on the beta servers. Can't do that. Why? The queues don't seem to be disabled. It's just nobody's queuing. Or maybe the queues are disabled and just Blizzard haven't mentioned it. Or maybe they have mentioned it and I just haven't noticed. But I'd love to be testing a spec like this in a battleground setting, where I feel like the hero talents of Diabolist make much more sense, and you get to free cast a lot more, and just really stand at the back and just be an absolute cannon. I think that could feel really good. But as far as it goes in solo shuffles, I feel like it's okay. I feel like it's good enough that maybe it can compete with Hellcaller. Maybe you guys completely disagree and think I'm crazy as hell, and the instant immolate in the form of Wither is just too much. And look at the size of the Pit Lord, bro. I can't see anything, man. Look at that crap. That's just ridiculous, bro. I mean, the Wither actually, the Ruination proc actually gets us the kill here. Even though I can't see anything, the Ruination against the Chamois does go, ugh. And it's hitting for, I don't know, some amount of damage that I couldn't see. I'm really considering just disabling all damage font. That's not direct damage. Just hide all of the dot damage font, maybe, because it's just way too... Can't even see how much damage you do, man. There's that much screen clutter these days. Anyways, I think that's about it. Sorry, man. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you also enjoyed this one. Drop down in a comment down below, man, how you feel Destro is feeling, how it's looking, or what kind of content you are looking forward to playing the most in the War Within. Are you going to even be attempting some Destro solo shuffles? Are you going to keep it strictly solo queue rated battleground? I think I know the answer to that. I think there's going to be a lot of solo rated battleground enthusiasts, especially from the folks like you guys, you know, who've been following this channel for a while. It's kind of our thing, and, you know, I'm definitely going to be all over that myself, but I'm interested to hear what you guys are going to be getting up to as a priority in the War Within, man. Hey, thanks again, everybody. I'm going to catch all of y'all just a tad bit later, man.